You guys have every reason to really believe in yourselves right now, but Liberty certainly does as well after what they just did. What do you think is going to be the X factor when you have two programs that are both have a ton of momentum coming this weekend?
I think for us personally, like it's just looking at what we can do, because that's really all we can control is how we approach this upcoming weekend and how we attack Liberty. So I think having the respect for Liberty for what they have accomplished throughout their season. Obviously, they're here, so they're a talented team, but not having any fear going into what we need to accomplish this weekend. So, yeah, I think it's a respect all, fear none mindset.
All season long, when you talk about the national media and everyone, like you have been the face of this bullpen for Oregon softball. But this past weekend, Elise and Stacy really felt like this was their moment to shine and come in and help. What did you see from them, especially where maybe at times for yourself it was maybe a little bit more difficult, and just how impressed and how proud were you of them for stepping up in the big time moment to help out this team?
Gosh, I mean, it was super cool to watch them succeed this weekend, but they've been doing that all season. They have stepped up in so many different ways and really have just shoved and been the best teammates, friends that I could really ever ask for. So I know it was cool that you guys got to see that glimpse this weekend, but they've been doing that all year. So I think having just that belief of like, I knew when their names were called, they were going to produce. And it was really great to have them have my back. That was awesome. And yeah, they really set the tone for the weekend. So it was awesome.
It's been covered a lot, how tight, family-oriented this group seems. But could you just kind of reiterate what it's like being a part of that? I mean, that embrace that you had with Elise when she came in and relieved you in that game one, and then, I mean, hopefully her back is okay after you jumped on her at the end of that game.
Yeah.
But what it is like being a part of that and how it feels, knowing that if you don't have your best, you can depend on them to step up.
Yeah, I mean, the best way I can describe it, as a military kid, I've bounced around a lot. And it's never been home is where house is, it's where people are. That's how it is here. Like my people are here, and that is all 23 of us and our staff included across the board. We're family, and that family travels together. Even when we're apart, we're still with each other. It's super cool. Yeah, I'd say it's the closest thing you can get to a blood relative you can get. So,
what sort of mindset do you need to take into a game against Liberty? I mean, you look across their lineup and their hitters, it seems daunting, a daunting lineup to face. What sort of mindset do you take into that?
I mean, for me, it's the hardest lineup I'm ever going to face is the one we have here. So having that as preparation and practicing against our own hitters, like I'm prepared to face absolutely anybody. Like our lineup is incredibly talented. So I think having the respect, obviously, for Liberty, yes, like they are talented, they're here. But knowing that I'm fully prepared, and if I'm handed the ball, then there's that belief and there's that trust for my coaches and teammates that I'm going to get the job done. So I think overall mindset, that's what that looks like. But for me personally, it's attacking the zone, attacking hitters, and leaving no regrets on the field.
For you, just this season, it feels like it's been as near perfect as it can get for me from start to finish. But over the last several games, it feels like, there's been some moments where obviously hitters have been able to take a little bit of advantage. How do you keep yourself in the right mental mindset to trust your stuff when maybe things aren't going right, in a couple of games or a single game, and what do you do in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's having the trust in my preparation of I know what I've put into it, and I know what my teammates and my coaches have also put into my craft as well. And I trust that more than anything. So I think that is one. And then two, the hitters get a vote too. There's just some things that are out of my control. Obviously, I'm nowhere near perfect, and I'm going to make mistakes. But the hitters get a vote. So it's being able to turn the page and attack the next one. I think that keeps me hungry. And the game wouldn't be fun if it was perfect. It really wouldn't.
Des said in the post game, she's like, this is why you come to Oregon. You're another player that also probably feels pretty similar. Like moments like these are why you chose to come here and be a part of this team. Just how excited are you to be in your last season of college softball, be in a position to punch your ticket to the Women's College World Series? Has it hit you that how have you kind of attacked that, big goal that's in front of you, but also stayed in the moment?
Yeah, I'm fortunate to have 2 more left. So I have this season and next season. But I think it's the last opportunity I'm going to have to play with this group. Version 7 is outstanding, and it's the biggest blessing from God I could have ever had. So I think I mean, more so, obviously winning a regional is super exciting. So would be winning a super regional and going to OKC. My focus is really just I want to play a couple more games with my buddies. Like these are my closest friends. So yeah, I think that keeps me locked in and as focused as I can be to perform at my best ability.
Does this Liberty team is it similar to the one that you faced previously?
I honestly couldn't really tell you. But I couldn't really tell you, but I just have respect for their program.
This past week, you got to experience obviously what regional play was at Jane here and what the crowd was like, and obviously it felt like every day they were showing up and you felt the energy. How excited are you just for what super regional energy is going to be like here in the Jane for potentially upwards of 2 to 3 days?
I am so pumped. Paige mentioned it earlier, but we're all still recovering, obviously, from our voices. But our crowd took strain. They brought in some loud voices. So I think that was awesome for our players, especially to play in that environment, to have that support. Want to soak up every second of that and utilize that to our advantage. Our fans helped us tremendously. So I'm super proud to be a part of a fan base like the one we have here at Oregon.
You talked a lot about other people taking strain, and Paige talked about how great the team was. I've heard other people mention that, the mentality is kind of a so what, now what. But when you go down 4-0 in the first inning, and Emma had that drop ball, knowing that you guys had the ability to come back, that really wasn't the end. Can you just talk about the comfort or how that can keep you grounded and prepare you to continue the next 6 innings?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we had said before we had even started our regional weekend is we are going to win. We just don't know how it's going to look. I think that alone of having that confidence of, hey, it might not go perfect. It might not go to the plan that you have in your mind. Having that trust in each other, already stated before really we had even touched a softball of we're going to win, that mindset alone really just set the tone for the weekend. I think when we were down 4-0 in the first inning, looked at my teammates and just the fight and the fire that they had in their eyes. Like I knew that there was no way we were going to lose. Yeah, I think Emma was exactly right. Like that is the most I've ever seen a group of people come together for a cause. And yeah, it was tremendous. And I think that we are in a place where we can carry that moving forward. And I think that's a testament to everything that we've talked about all season long.